and really interesting to see him going for it, specifically into the Viego and the Xin Zhao as well.
Yeah, it's very much a kind of like hit and run style matchup for the Jax in the top lane, where you to take the super aggressive early trade. And although Longxing got some good trading back off that level 2 spike, the fact he's not playing to... Ooh, hang on, aiming.
Oh, we are going to see the flash from aiming. He's not quite out of it just yet. First blood going over to Sam D. Finally gets himself a kill on the AD carry after a very, very long game too. And that's just a great opportunistic moment there for the side of TT. They force the flash, they force him to teleport as well. And now we'll see what Weiwei can do on the other side.
The game, so Rift Herald is on the cards, which is why we're seeing all this aggression topside.
Oh, we're seeing it now coming in. We are not going to get the stun down, but the Hextech Ultimatum is enough to put down the Ignite as well. We're going to be able to get an easy kill for BuBu in that top lane. Zika had roamed all the way from mid to that top lane as well. And we can see the flash away from the Zenith Blade here for TT as they try and just keep this one alive. But 2 kills for the Camille. And now we're starting to see the resets come in here for Zika. The rest of TT back away, but I feel like you don't need to trade that. You have the Aphelios pushing. You can just make the cross map.
Yeah, you don't need to commit everything to the play. And this is why, again, like bringing it back up, although TT have a pretty high Rift Herald control, I think they're 6th in the league right now, if I have that correct. Sorry, they're actually 3rd in the league when it comes towards first Rift Herald control. Like, they get that a lot, but they're almost 1,000.
Matchup like an Aphelios Thresh because there's just so little kill threat onto you. There's so little reason for you to walk up and be in a position to get caught that it does mean you can be left on your own to just soak up the waves, soak up the farm. And while that was all happening on bot side, we see there Weiwei using it as an opportunity to drop Rift in mid, get some more gold into his and Viego's back pockets.
You end up in a spot here as TT where you have to make plays to salvage this, and it's not working out.
They are looking to try and make the play right now. They land the Aphelios, trying to flash forward, landing the Death Sentence down. There's the Mega Inferno Bomb to try and just dissuade anybody else. But a nice little move there from TT, recognizing, like you said, they needed to make a move, and they did. BLG, so despite the pick in the mid lane, despite the good reaction, you could say, to TT to be proactive, they end up coming out on the back end of that with literally very little in terms of global objectives. That being said, they're going to try and commit onto the Hextech Ultimatum of this BuBu, but in a 1v3, he comes out with a 1-for-1. That is not worth TT.
Now, I'm surprised he even managed to. Xiaopeng didn't have the subjugate available, so not able to get rid of the resistances. Divine Thunder just being completed by BuBu, whereas Longxing hadn't reset. He was sitting on a phage, was below half HP, so BuBu, with the big spike coming through off that Divine Thunder, was able to finish off Longxing. And now, yes, third plate's going to TT, but bot lane turret just
know that the wave clear comes from the Ziggs. If he's just throwing bombs, he's not dying. And as I say that, Solar Player does get landed. Super Mega Inferno Bomb now does a little bit of damage, and that is putting on the floor in a puddle. Now we can see the rest of the fight really come in. Zika jumps in on the backside. Sam D needs to get himself out of dodge, but they will take down Weiwei. It's a 1-for-1 trade. The Moonlight Vigil is a lot of damage, but not enough to take down the rest of these health bars. And now TT, they may look to try and capitalize on this moment and get some control around this Dragon Pit.
Yeah, you gotta back away here as BLG. You're incredibly low. Yeah, is hunting off the side. PP God is sticking around just in case they try to hard engage onto it. Even the minefield gonna do a hell of a lot of work in those jungle corridors as well as... Okay, that's half of Pudding's health gone.
There's half of his health definitely gone, as we can see the minefield just used there a little bit. The distortion in there from Yeah. Does he get caught off? He does. The Hextech Ultimatum follows him as well. And that's Ziggs picking up a kill. And with these chains, Sam D needs to use a Dark Passion to get himself out. But Xiaopeng, being a little lazy and walks a little bit too close to the sun and gets himself burned. And now we're looking at inhibitors going down in favor of BLG. They won't want to take this, though. It's a little bit too early for that. You do not want to be giving them free gold and free XP with that pushing wave. So they let the Rift Herald die and they back themselves up. Well, we'll see if any mistakes do end up happening. Midwave was pushed in by the side of BLG, so they'll have first move onto this bot side. Weiwei jumps back in onto the LeBlanc, but nothing really happens from there. Satchel Charge has been used. Solar Player does not land. Super Mega Inferno Bomb, though, does a hell of a lot of damage. It's actually zoning out Sam D. He's not in this fight, or excuse me, Yeah is not in this fight, as Sam D is just trying to kite this one back. He's so low. He's still trying to do it, but he's not quite able to. They're just too far behind. Yeah does his very, very best, but he's just not got the damage to take anybody down. It was close until it wasn't. BLG will get themselves onto Soul Point. They'll also be able to pick up 4 kills, trade it for 1, and they may look to return and burn for Baron.
Out of control now for TT, and only a matter of time before BLG close it out.
8,000 gold, going to be turning into about 8.5, 9 very, very shortly. We'll have a look at the replay of that fight once this goes down, but Pong is almost there. Not quite in time, but does something for his team, but oh dear, he's got a bit too far forward. Zika is here. This will be a 1v1, but it's a level difference in favor of BLG's mid laners. Longxing gets solar flared up, Zenith Blade, Super Mega Inferno Bomb comes crashing down, and there's just not really a lot that the top laner of TT can do about that.
And the top half of the map is just too strong for BLG right now, as hold on, there's the pick.
Yeah, they're going to go for on top of BLG, and he is going to fall. And this is where it gets a little dicey, though. They are taking down another inhibitor turret. The inhibitor still stands, which means there isn't a constant push pressure here for the side of BLG. Now the push coming in from TT, they're saying, look, we know you're not going to try and go for the end just yet. We know you're going to try and reset, and they're going to try and pick up some little bit of gold. So still life into TT, still pushing to see if they can get that 3-item Aphelios and turn this game around. For that Infinity Edge here for Sam Dean. Once he's able to get that, they might be able to turn this one around. Having a traditional AD carry and be able to catch people like this is how you get back into the game. They're going to see the Zhonya's go down. They're going to want to try and give this one over to Longxing, and they will be able to get that one down. And now we start to get a little scared. Feels that it's going to be BLG first on the Dragon. They're going to try and turn and burn this one as quick as they possibly can. PP guy gets jumped on. They have got enough kind of people to keep them away, and now the Dragon Soul goes in favor of BLG. Can you take this fight, though, as TT lose themselves their support? There's the Moonlight Vigil to do one, but it's just not enough. It's not going to be able to get them out of this hole, as BLG get the Mountain Soul, they get the Ace, they get absolutely everything they could have wanted, and they're going to be able to end the game.
And that's going to be all she wrote. BLG, they play that slow. They keep aiming safe. And it means that with that Mountain Soul, they can close out this series.
It was shaky in Game 1. Game 3, definitely looking a little bit better as BLG get themselves a long overdue win in this series, and they are going to send themselves to 6-4, a much better scoreline heading into the latter half of the season.